and welcome to today's conversation with Julie Coker, CEO of San Diego Tourism Authority. IITA, as you know, has been connecting with our DMOs in our ongoing social media series to learn more about what's going on across the country as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Julie, thank you so much for being with us today to share what's going on in San Diego in this new crazy COVID environment. But first, let me say that we are excited to come to San Diego with the IITA Summit in February 2022. Woohoo!
Yes!
And I want to thank you and Benjamin and the Bahia Resort Hotel for working with us to change the date and push that back. It's just one more example of the impact of the pandemic that it's having on travel and tourism. And I'm sure it's really taken a toll in San Diego as it has on the whole global travel industry. So we'll have a little conversation about that right now. So I just wanted to let you know that our inbound operators and their partners have been asking for information about our destinations throughout the country because they're anxious to resume inbound travel. So we wanted to just go to the source and give them the information they need, and so they can start planning for the coming year. So we'll just start with the basics. How impacted has San Diego been by the coronavirus, and is it stabilized?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking this time and giving us this opportunity to talk about the destination. And you're absolutely right. It's just a crazy time right now for everyone all over the world. And obviously, you, like many of us, certainly our hearts and prayers are with everyone as we try and certainly climb out of this. San Diego is no different than other destinations. We've had about 40,000 COVID-19 cases, a little over 3,200 hospitalizations, and a little over 700 deaths. And certainly even one case and one death is one too many. But I will say that San Diego has performed much better than most other cities in California, and we're proud of that. We were really the first metropolitan county to move from the state's most recent restrictive tiers in regards to our opening efforts. And I really have to say, having arrived in San Diego in June in the middle of COVID, I would say that is definitely contributed to the local leadership, the city, the mayor, our county supervisors, and certainly as a community, San Diego is committed to face mask and physical distancing and really doing everything that we can to slow down the spread of the virus.
That's really great. When you're working as a community and you know that there's consistency, it really helps to get the word out, particularly to travelers and potential visitors. How has it impacted travel to San Diego?
Yeah, definitely like most destinations, we've obviously been impacted. We're certainly fortunate to have the outdoor space that we have here and certainly the fantastic weather that lends itself for visitors to come. But like everyone, we were shut down March, April, May. We gradually started opening our hotels back up in May and June, early June, primarily for essential workers. And then as of June 12th, we had the opportunity to open up our hotels for leisure travelers. So that certainly is great. And it has continued to improve over the last couple of months. For example, the week of the third week in August, our average occupancy rate was about 54%. And even that, though, was the second highest among the top 25 markets. We were only slightly behind Norfolk, Virginia. And our average rate also continues to be in the top tier as it relates to us being able to draw, demand. Saturday, August 26th, we were excited. That was our highest occupancy, and it was at 76%. We were very proud of our hotels, in terms of keeping not only their visiting guests safe, but also their staff members. And then, of course, with Labor Day weekend, our hotels did extremely well last weekend, and so we were pleased. But here again, while we continue to perform well as it relates to other markets, in July of last year, our occupancy averaged 87%. So
Mhm.
we too are still, struggling in the same with, our average daily rate. Obviously, California is still not holding control gatherings, which we're really pushing for our hotels, because we know that that will certainly give lift to the occupancy as well as the rate, and certainly help us recover faster.
So, and maybe I missed it, but what phase of opening are you in?
So the governor, I believe it was last week, switched to tiers. And so there's tiers
Oh,
one
okay.
through four. Most California cities are still in tier one, and San Diego is in tier two. And our goal would be to get to tier four. And tier four at that point, the destination is open. But we do have our attractions are open, indoor dining is open. Personal care services, movie theaters, hair salons, nail salons, they're all open. And so far we're doing well. We were pretty creative as a destination in terms of adding also outdoor space. So that certainly, helped keep our small businesses going. But yes, we're in tier two at this point.
That's really great. And again, it looks like it's paying off for the community, really working together and coming up with those creative ways of making it work and keeping businesses going.
Yeah.
So have you done anything unique in terms of helping the business work through this besides the outdoor space and prepare for when, travel and tourism really is back to full force?
Right. We obviously, as a membership organization, it's extremely important to listen to your members and also be there for them. So I'm very fortunate to work with a talented staff, and they immediately went into the mode of providing as much information to our members as we could. In addition to that, we've also been in lockstep with our hotel community and the convention center, as well as the airport, to reopen as safely as we possibly can, but also as quickly as we can. So we've been working with our partners hand in hand on advocacy efforts with the city as well as the state. We've also worked very closely with the teams to reopen in terms of creating guidelines, but more importantly, for us to push those guidelines out. We did a Safe Travelers Pledge. We did a video that showed you can come to the zoo, you can come to the USS Midway, you can come to SeaWorld, you can come to our other over 440 attractions, but there's some slight differences. However, it doesn't mean that you can't still have fun. We just recommend, as we strongly encourage, I should say, as visitors come to the destination, to wear their mask, to social distance, to wash their hands, follow the CDC guidelines, and at the same time, our staff and all of our hotels, as well as across all of our businesses, are also making a pledge that they're going to do what they need to do to keep the visitors safe. So our Safe Traveler Pledge was very well received by our businesses, and we certainly pushed it out on all of our social media channels. So our main priority has just really been there to support our members as much as we can, and we found that providing them with as much information as timely as we can certainly help them in their reopening efforts.
Yeah, I really love that, because the consumer confidence, rebuilding consumer confidence is really what's going to get travel started again. And
I agree.
That's really important to know that what the businesses are doing and what they've committed to. So yeah, that's really great. So how are you communicating to the travel trade?
So, as you can imagine, we've had to suspend some of our, international efforts, primarily because of budget cuts, really. We are funded by hotel tax, or the TMD, which is an assessment on hotel rooms. And obviously, if there isn't the occupancy, the rate there, then that obviously impacts our budget. So we made very strategic decisions, also very painful decisions. But we've used our social media channels as much as we possibly can to keep them engaged. Many of our attractions have virtual tours, and so we've pushed those out to make sure that we've got content out to travel trade and let them know what's happening here in San Diego and how they can continue to inspire and educate customers about the destination even during this down period. We did just get word that there were only 15 cities in the US that were able to take international inbound flights, and we did just get word that that has been lifted. So we're really excited about that. I believe that's going to go into effect September 14th. So, that will certainly be helpful. As you know, UK and Mexico are very strong markets for us. So to be able to reach back out to our airline partners and say San Diego is reopened for business, we're certainly excited about that.
Yeah, that's a very strong message. We, of course, got that word, and it was very exciting news. So are there particular markets that you expect to be leading the way? Mexico, the UK, are there others?
Definitely. As you know, oftentimes your international programs go by airlift. So as we see airlines re-engaging and putting back their routes, we certainly will take advantage of that. We have a great relationship with the San Diego Airport. Kim Becker is the president and CEO and does an outstanding job. And she was actually the one who emailed me about the great news. So we do expect, UK and Mexico to lead the way. And then, of course, we'll closely watch other markets. And as our flights return, we'll certainly be supporting them. We're hopeful to get back into Germany as we've been in before. So, yeah, we'll continue on those lines as international destinations start coming back online. I just smile anytime I say it because it's so important to any destination, and it's also cultural for us to have international visitors here in San Diego. Really, not only is it good for economics, but it's also good culturally for the community.
For the entire country, exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What is your outlook for the remainder of the year then? Do you have any forecast? And then obviously into 2021, which will, I'm sure, be a little better than the rest of this year.
So we're, as I said, we're pleased, that we're doing better than most in regards to the leisure traveler. So we think, and we're hopeful that that will continue. As we all know, we can now work from anywhere, right? So we can work even if, someone is from Los Angeles or Vegas or Arizona, they can certainly work right here in San Diego. We also know that distance learning can take place anywhere. So those that are home with children because of distance learning, they have the opportunity to come to San Diego, and what better place to sit on the beach and actually, do distance learning? Or isn't it great that you can take your lunch break and just, walk out to one of our great attractions or one of our fantastic restaurants? So we'll continue to push, leisure traveler, and the fact that, again, you can really set up shop from anywhere. In terms of meetings and conventions, we're still waiting for the state to let us know when we're able to have controlled gatherings. We know that our hotels have done an excellent job with the leisure customer that they have, as well as the essential worker meetings that they've held in their hotels. So we know that they can have smaller meetings. So we're hoping to get a positive response on that. We know that it'll be a little bit longer before we start having the larger conventions back. But certainly we're ready. The hotels obviously are open. The convention center is working very closely to get their GBAC certification. So we're hopeful that meetings and conventions can resume sometime later this year, even if it's at a capacity, a smaller number. Mm-hmm. And then we'll roll into 2021. And I think we both agree that international travel, we will hope will start coming back. We know that it's probably going to be the last phase, meaning we'll see leisure, and then we'll see business travel / conventions, and then we'll see international. But we're certainly hopeful that international will return in 2021. We're still a pretty hefty, vibrant convention calendar the back half of the year. Needless to say, there are some that are concerned about holding meetings January and February because of a possible, spike due to flu season. So we think that'll also impact the business traveler. But we are also saying to travelers, let's go there. Right? Let's try. Let's make plans. Don't let the the openings start and you're not ready. So go ahead and break out your calendar. Talk about that trip that you always wanted to do or that you had to postpone this year. Get with family members and start talking about traveling again, or your travel buddies. And, I know many women have travel circles. And so we're encouraging them to get back at, really traveling and making some plans and looking at destinations and get that excitement that we all have back again when we're talking about leisure travel or even business travel.
That really is a great message. The travel industry itself is so big. If we can just all do that, it will make a huge difference, right? Yeah. Let's go there.
Let's go there. Let's go there.
What would you like to say to our members or to the travel trade as we wrap up here?
I would first and foremost like to say thank you. Just thank you for the support. Thank you for the partnership, the friendship. And as difficult as these times are, we will get through it. The freedom to travel will always be there, and it'll always be inside all of us. The things that we learn when we travel and how we expand as people and our minds, we want to get back to that. And so this is let's just look at it as a pause, and we will turn the switch back on and we will travel safely. We'll certainly learn a lot through all of this. And while everything may not be exactly as it was before, we do know that the freedom to travel is definitely alive in all of us. And we just need to take advantage of that and really just get back out there and do it safely, but just get back out there. But thank you for the support. San Diego stands ready to welcome visitors as soon as our visitors feel as though it's safe to travel again.
Thank you, Julie. That's very inspirational. It really, it's such an important gift that we have when we travel, that it really means a lot. I appreciate your words. And we appreciate your time and your commitment to bringing international visitors back to the United States and back into San Diego. And we look so forward to being there ourselves. Our members are so excited about coming that we can't get there soon enough.
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. Watch our next session of Connecting with our DMOs. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.